Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy Forrester is acting incredibly hypocritically toward Dylan. Even if we tried, we really couldn't make this stuff up. According to Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester is acting incredibly hypocritically about who she wants to fire and who she wants to keep at Forrester Creations. This is because, despite Deke's vast talent and expertise, she quickly realized that he had no place at Forrester Creations. However, it nearly seems as though Steffy had a grudge against the Logans and made Deke pay for it only because he is Hope Logan's brother. However, it appears like she has no trouble getting Dylan and Elektra Forrester to assist her, but that shouldn't be sufficient to land a position at one of the largest fashion businesses in the world, should it? Having said that, if we've learned anything about Steffy Forrester's personality over the years, it's that she will pursue her goals regardless of what others may think. Indeed, she has a tendency to be really vindictive. Furthermore, Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful strongly suggest that everything will blow up in her face. This is due to the fact that Deke will eventually join Logan, and before anyone realizes it, he will contribute to making the new fashion business a formidable rival to Forrester Creations. Furthermore, it's possible that Dylan is keeping a significant secret from everyone. Did Steffy even try to find out the girl's background? She is coming from off the streets, after all. It won't take long for everyone to discover that Dylan is nothing more than a nightmare, even if she currently appears to be the ideal employee. Will RJ from Bold and the Beautiful betray Ridge by working with Eric on design? RJ told Ridge and Brooke that he missed designing with his grandfather Eric when he first arrived on The Bold and the Beautiful. RJ returned to The Bold and the Beautiful in a big way. In an instant, he was presented with a fresh opportunity. Ridge invited RJ to collaborate with him on the couture collection, but the soap opera may have implied that he might turn against his own father. Key takeaways at Forrester Creations: RJ took Brooke and Ridge by surprise. Ridge requested that his kid collaborate with him on fashion. RJ acknowledged that he missed working with his grandfather. In order to design for Katie's new fashion firm, Eric has already come out of retirement. Ridge wants to work with RJ after he returns to Los Angeles. He surprised his parents, Ridge and Brooke, by showing up at Forrester Creations. Since he was traveling the world, they weren't expecting to see him there. RJ, however, desired to commemorate the reuniting of his parents. He also wanted to express his gratitude to Ridge for saving his mother's life. They naturally wanted to know if this implied that RJ would remain in Los Angeles this time. RJ refused to respond to them directly. However, we have a suspicion that he will stay longer this time. Ridge requested that his kid collaborate with him on the couture label. RJ promised to give it some thought. The thought of working with his granddad is something he misses. Join the Soap Hub community and share your thoughts. Comment: Eric leaves retirement to design Katie's first collection. In the meantime, Eric stopped his brief retirement to choose Katie's new fashion house. Before Eric was ready, Ridge retired him. He still had ideas that he wanted to share with the world. When he advised Katie on her first collection, that energy returned. Everyone, including Ridge and Brooke's son, will be scrambling to find a new fashion firm. He might turn on them. He is, after all, the kind of man who follows his own rhythm. Before he began designing for his grandfather, RJ had no idea that he would work in the fashion industry. For as long as possible, he wishes to cling to those memories. Messy family matters. There will be an announcement soon. Katie needs to put on her thinking cap and explain why Eric is designing for Logan, because she was the former head of PR for Forrester Creations. Although it already appears to be a family conflict, she doesn't want it to. RJ may decide to join Katie and Eric in the new fashion house after learning the truth. Ridge won't be pleased, of course. If this happens and his son betrays him, it will be interesting to watch how he responds. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. What would Stephanie say if Eric turned against the Forrester family? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric Forrester recovered from one of the shortest retirements in recent memory. When he told his kid that his time at Forrester Creations was finished, he wasn't lying. But he also didn't close the door on additional opportunities during the day. Timing and soap opera plotting worked to Katie Logan Spencer's advantage. How lucky she is to start the arduous task of creating a new fashion brand with such a significant advantage. The renowned co-founder of FC is the ideal person to support Katie as she intensifies her attempts to establish a new fashion business and disprove her sister, Brooke Logan Forrester. Eric Forrester quickly reverses retirement decision when Katie spoke with Eric and her other sister, Donna Logan, at the Forrester mansion. She was grateful for the verbal support Eric provided. Eric's curiosity and generosity thereafter increased. When they met at Katie's Logan office within the Spencer Publications building, he was amazed by her drive. However, he made an unexpected declaration as a result of his resolve to keep utilizing his artistic talent, which was both personally created and given by God. As he recently stated, Eric told Katie that he wanted to do more than just consult. Rather, he will assist her in starting the business from scratch. Forrester Creations 2.0 under the Spencer Logan umbrella. If Stephanie Forrester were still here, she would have a lot to say about Eric's choice to assist Katie. Stephanie might support Rich Forrester and Brooke if she were in paradise, something some of her enemies on Earth might doubt. Dividing the co-founders into opposing factions would make logical sense. Eric supports Stephanie staying with her son and the new competitor. Naturally, the iconic plot twist in which it was discovered that she had Ridge via Massimo Marone could be unearthed in all its disorganized splendor. It's reasonable to assume that Eric's snap decision will cause him and Ridge to make fun of that genetic heritage. However, the primary focus will undoubtedly be Ridge and Brooke, who feel deeply deceived by his decision to support a competitor that stole what they believe to be FC's intellectual property. Katie Logan Spencer deserves her day. The core of Eric's actions is a fair shot. Yes, he gets to relive his heyday and feel the adrenaline of starting a fashion brand from scratch. However, Eric is only doing what Bill Spencer instructed Katie to do when he gave her this exquisite wedding present. Both guys have faith that she can achieve her full potential. Furthermore, Eric's family is not limited to people who share his last name. He had kids with Brooke, is devoted to Donna, and now supports Katie, the third sister. In addition to the Forrester dynasty, he is a member of the Logan family. Fans of Bold and the Beautiful desire a resolution with RJ and Luna. Redditor Doyle_Macintosh exclaimed, "I love the new RJ, like I knew I would," adding that they thought the actor would do an incredible job in this role. Others praised the casting department, with thread starter Hot Gockety noting that the olive-skinned Nicoletti leans into the Marone side of the family. Although most people praised the actor, his alter ego's entrance was widely ridiculed as being over the top. It actually made some people think of another recent visitor. Redditor Brief_3232 said, "It's like how they introduced Daphne, with people smelling her scent before he entered rooms." There were undoubtedly remarks about his attire. As if she enchants whoever is around her with her perfume. Kinda looks like RJ has spent some time thrift shopping with Macklemore. As Grandma Football pointed out beneath our episode recap, commenter Lorna quickly addressed the crucial query, "How long till we see him with his top off?" Before responding to her own question, she thought, "I give it a day." Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful are raising concerns among fans because RJ Forrester seems to be focusing too much on his cousin Electra Forrester, and viewers are raising the awkward topic that the production seems determined to bring up. Is B&B genuinely teasing a romance with a neighboring cousin? In a nutshell, they certainly are. Let's clear the technicality first. Since fans are already debating the fine print, let's be clear. RJ and Electra are not linked by blood. RJ is not a biological Forrester. Rich Forrester is the son of Massimo Marone, not Eric. Therefore, on paper, RJ is a Marone, not a Forrester. No DNA in common. On the screen, the fact that they were brought up as family, have the Forrester name, and refer to one another as cousins is enough to make many people uncomfortable. Why this feels like deja vu. Longtime supporters recall the criticism in this road. Viewers quickly shut down the tiny peak of Thomas and Ivy Forrester years ago. Whether it had anything to do with blood or not, the show smartly backed off because the optics were poor and the atmosphere was awkward. History seems to be repeating itself now, but the show seems more eager to push the boundaries this time. Fans are also taking notice. The scenes that started the firestorm fire RJ's recast debut wasn't subtle. Instead, viewers saw extended eye contact, subtle flirtation, and the moment that drove social media into a frenzy. RJ putting a necklace on Electra. That was not cousin energy. That was romantic framing, and B&B was well aware of it. Will Spencer meet your new rival? This is the messy, Soap opera-worthy part. Elektra is presently seeing Will Spencer, but spoilers already reveal that Dylan is surrounding Will, Elektra is trapped in the middle of several male gazes, and RJ and Will are bound for a rivalry in 2026. It's a setup. Elektra will RJ Dylan Young is attractive, emotionally unstable, and ready for betrayal, and the program seems to be creating a four-way romantic pressure cooker. Is a complete quadrangle set up by BNB? Every indication suggests that the answer is yes. Will feels safe, which is something that soap operas detest. RJ is fresh, hurt, and ready to prove himself. Dylan is erratic and obviously interested. Elektra is the object of everyone's attention. That's not simply drama. There's deliberate escalation. And if RJ actually pursues Elektra, there will be generational, corporate, and familial repercussions in addition to romantic ones. Fans can't agree on the real question. This isn't about DNA or legality. It has to do with perception. Is family by name and upbringing still considered family? Some fans comment, who cares that they're not related? Others respond, hard pass, that's still a cousin. BNB flourishes in precisely that uncomfortable area. Final take. It's obvious that The Bold and the Beautiful is testing viewers' endurance once more. The sparking between RJ and Elektra is intentional. Will and RJ's rivalry isn't coincidental. The scenario with the necklace wasn't subtle. Fan response will determine whether the show continues or ends, but for now the drama is just getting started, the tension is intentional, and the flirtation is genuine. What are your thoughts? Is this a plot that ought to have remained in the writer's room, or is it a daring new direction? One thing is certain though, BNB wants you to talk. The Forrester dynasty may be irreversibly shattered by this calculated treachery, which was intended to be a calm and dignified departure from the fashion industry. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful make it quite evident that, although being officially retired, Eric Forrester is far from done, and Ridge Forrester never anticipated this. While Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester praise themselves behind closed doors for firing Eric for his own good, the renowned designer was already planning a move that would completely upend Forrester Creations. Furthermore, Ridge is not the beneficiary of that action. It's not Steffy. It's Katie Logan Spencer. What follows is not a miscommunication. It's not a coincidence. It's a reckoning. Eric Forrester was never done. He was sidelined. Ridge's insistence that his father move aside was the first sign that anything was wrong. Because his enthusiasm had waned, Eric decided not to retire. His son cornered him and presented him as a liability rather than the cornerstone of an empire, which is why he retired. Ridge presented the choice as a matter of worry. Brooke repeated it with empathy. Together, they persuaded themselves that their actions were morally correct. They were mistaken. Eric Forrester's design skills were intact. His creative instincts remained intact. He remained relevant. He lost his place at the table of the business he founded, and a man like Eric does not meekly accept that. Katie Logan Spencer enters the story, and everything changes. Katie Logan Spencer was beginning from scratch while Forrester Creations was busy praising itself. Lack of infrastructure. Not a single designer. Not a factory. No defense against mockery. Ridge and Brooke underestimated the resolve she possessed. The wedding present from Bill Spencer was not symbolic. It wasn't sentimental. It was strategic power. Financial support, emotional support, and unrestricted building freedom. Katie was not given a pastime by Bill. He handed her a weapon. Eric Forrester then took over. Ridge and Steffy could ignore Deke, but not this. Ridge and Steffy found it difficult to reject Deke Sharp as Logan's initial designer. A young talent. Unverified. Conveniently disposable in their eyes. However, Eric Forrester's initial designs ending up on Katie's desk? That cannot be disregarded. That is disastrous. These designs are not repurposed sketches. They are not fragments of nostalgia. They are clearly Eric, current and fresh. The kind of work that makes the fashion industry remember who founded Forrester Creations in the first place. Ridge is aware of it. Brooke and Ridge's double standard is now exposed. Ridge and Brooke maintain two talking points. First, Eric had to resign due to his health. 2. The Logan name was not Katie's. When Eric demonstrates that he is still designing at full capacity, the first argument falls apart. When the legal reality becomes indisputable, the second crumbles. Logan is Katie Logan Spencer. He departs and Destiny doesn't waste any time. Sheila walks in, and the clock starts ticking louder. Sheila enters Taylor's office just before the door closes. She doesn't pose a threat. She doesn't yell. She requests assistance. In some way that is worse. Sheila expresses to Taylor her desire to be accepted by her family. She wants Deacon's kids to stop making assumptions about her based on her history. She desires forgiveness, understanding, and a new beginning. She wants Taylor to accomplish that. Taylor's expression conveys everything. She is aware that this is risky. She is aware of Sheila's instability beneath the serenity. She is aware that she is now in the way of Sheila's sole concern. Sheila makes her case at Il Giardino, and fails spectacularly earlier. Sheila approaches Hope and Deke at the restaurant in a more kind manner. She begs to be accepted. She presents herself as misinterpreted. She tells them that she adores their dad. Neither child is relocated. Hope and Deke come to the same conclusion after Sheila departs. Their father has developed feelings for Taylor. The ramifications were severe. Everything blows up if Sheila actually finds out. Carter and Daphne say yes, but it feels too easy in the meantime. Carter is enjoying the emotional high of his proposal at Forrester Creations. Feels right, he says Daphne. Even to her. Daphne acknowledges that she had already received a proposal. She has never accepted. Up until now. Carter shares his innermost thoughts. He acknowledges his past transgressions. He assures us of assurance. He promises to leave his life behind, accompany her to Paris, and create a future with her wherever she pleases. She concurs. At his place, surrounded by sentiment and candlelight, they rejoice. The room's aroma even reflects their first encounter. Carter claims that he has never felt this way about anyone. It's romantic. It's euphoric. Additionally, it seems like the kind of joy that never makes it through this program. The final moments spell disaster, and everyone feels that Finn raises a glass at home and toasts to peace as Carter and Daphne finalize their engagement. To everyday days. To relax. Every experienced spectator is aware of this. Hope and Deke acknowledge the threat in silence. Steffy's anxiety permeates the atmosphere like smoke. Sheila also unravels just enough in Taylor's office to expose the truth that lies underlying her statements. She feels that she is entitled to loyalty because of love. She thinks that sin is erased by sacrifice. Nothing, in her opinion, should prevent her from being with Deacon. Taylor's attitude changes to one of sheer horror as she says she won't allow anyone to stand in their way. Since she is aware, feelings are no longer relevant. Survival is at issue here. Sheila Carter also never loses quietly. Katie needs to make an amazing announcement about Logan. After discovering her lead designer, Katie Logan is waiting to notify Dollar Bill Spencer, who intends to turn Logan into a fashion conglomerate. It's none other than Eric Forrester. Eric must use his creative energies elsewhere because his unappreciative son and similarly unappreciative wife expelled him from his own company and put him out to pasture. Bill will be caught off guard because he never anticipated that a Forrester, particularly Eric Forrester, would contribute to Logan's success. For Bill, this is an opportunity to truly exact revenge on Rich Forrester, and a dream come true. Furthermore, with such a seasoned designer in charge, Logan cannot fail at this point. Just wait until Ridge and Brooke Logan discover what Eric has been doing. Will Donna Logan quit Forrester Creations as a result of this? Sometimes people want to leave when you start putting them down because you're a little too large for your britches. Ridge and Brooke must understand that. Catch-up time. Ridge and Brooke are too preoccupied with celebrating RJ Forrester's return to Los Angeles. They tell RJ about everything that has been happening, and are overjoyed to have their son back. He is undoubtedly well aware that Luna Nozawa, his former girlfriend, was more insane than he thought. However, because she has passed away, they are no longer concerned about that. Additionally, they are eager to inform him that Katie has betrayed the family by stealing her own last name in order to launch a new fashion brand. Katie had the audacity to act in this way. Will RJ give a damn, or is he more interested in getting to know Ms. Dillon, the most recent Forrester intern?
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.